Both parties raking in piles of campaign cash as we enter the home stretch of the midterms. The House Republican Super PAC has already raised more than twice as much this cycle compared to the overall total in 2016. Meanwhile, former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg now pledging $20 million to help Democratic candidates. Ty Matsdorf was the deputy executive director of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee in 2016. Colin Reed is senior vice president of Definers Public Affairs. These are monster numbers. I was actually really interested in just seeing for Democrats raising more in 2018 than they did in 2016. Ty, you were at the DCCC. I mean, these are big numbers.
Huge numbers. And I think that it just shows that in the era of Trump, everything is bigger and everybody is more focused on the importance of these elections. And it's manifesting itself in small dollar contributions. It's manifesting itself in, obviously huge $20, $30 million contributions. But I think that sort of in the era of Trump and everything that he sort of brings to the table on both sides, it's providing an energy that I haven't seen. I don't know if Colin or you have, but it is off the charts. Yeah,
it feels off the chart. And Colin, I do wonder, what should we be looking for in the next month? When money moves, we've already seen both committees figuring out a way to pull some money from somewhere, put it in another place. This cash infusion from Michael Bloomberg in the last home stretch, I mean, that's something we should watch, but what else should we be paying attention to?
Yeah, well, Dana, it's a great point, and I think groups like CLF on the Republican side are doing a lot of really cool things with that money instead of just pumping it into television ads, which can have limited impacts, to be frank, down the stretch with all the other noise out there. They're doing a lot of things, unconventional things, whether it's door-to-door, direct voter contact, or mail, or things that they can take off the hands of the traditional candidates, and that can make a difference in a close race. Some of these races are going to go down to the wire. It's undeniably tough political climate for Republicans right now, but in some of these really close races, things like that can make a difference, and I think CLF will have some good success stories to show at the end of the cycle.
When I look at numbers like that, I realize I should have been a media buyer instead of what I decided to do, though I do love my job. I want to ask you about this, Colin. I know you know a lot about it. Elizabeth Warren, she's not in the Senate Judiciary Committee, hasn't gotten a lot of attention in the last couple of weeks, but she made some news this weekend. Take a listen to her and then what President Trump said last night.
I love my job. I love you too. It is the honor of a lifetime to have the chance to go to Washington to fight on behalf of the people of this state. After November 6th, I will take a hard look at running for president.
They have moved so far left that Pocahontas is considered a conservative. True. That's right. Elizabeth Warren. She said she's considering a run for the presidency. Please run.
Just a month ago, she said she was not considering it, but Colin, you think she needed to find a way to get some attention?
Yeah, it's not really a secret that Elizabeth Warren wants to run for president. She's been trying to do that for the last couple of years. What is more surprising is the fact that she would just come out and say it. And I think a part of that has to do with all the attention that her fellow 2020 wannabes, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris, are getting on the Senate Judiciary Committee right now. Senator Warren, she's gonna run. She's gonna be in a crowded field, and frankly, I think her moment might have passed. She should have run in 2016 when she would have had a more open lane on that left flank, and she wouldn't have had a whole field of competitors to contend with that she's going to have in a couple years.
Ty, I imagine that the Democrats are looking at, I read someplace someone said they had a list of 30 possible names of Democrats who want to run for president in 2020. I suppose it's not too early for them to start thinking about it.
No, I mean, I think 30 would be a short list. You've got, you could probably get that up to 40 people who think that they're going to be the next Democratic nominee. But what's more important is the election in 34 days. And I think that everybody should be sort of focused on that. There'll be plenty of time for, to 2020 politics. But it really has got to be about the midterm. That if sort of the Democratic goal is to sort of advance the Democratic agenda, the best way that they can do that in the near term is to win these midterm races.
In the meantime, the president loves to talk about 2020. He's ready and spoiling for a fight, and he's going to get one. Ty Matsdorf and Colin Reed, thank you.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks.